So I just wanted to ask you, I guess, where was that coming from? It's the decision to prolong the doses isn't coming from the politicians, the political arm of the government. It's coming from scientists. So why?
Sure. So earlier this week, many different medical experts from the University Health Network wrote a detailed open letter to the government citing concerns about the delay in dosage because there isn't evidence to support this decision. The drug manufacturer themselves, Pfizer, in a committee meeting earlier this week, expressed the same concerns, as did another senior medical expert who was appearing at Health Committee. These concerns have been echoed across the country, and I think it is incumbent upon Parliament to ask why the government is deciding to do this when evidence doesn't exist to show that it is a sound decision. Canada's chief science officer herself has said that she has very grave concerns about the ethics of this decision, and there have been articles in medical journals. The prestigious medical journal The Lancet also expressed concerns that this could potentially lead to vaccine-resistant variants. So I do think that the Prime Minister has to explain why he's making a decision that doesn't appear to be based on any sort of evidence.
But he's not making that decision. NACI is putting forward these guidelines, and it's up to the provinces and territories.
The government has expressed their support for this decision, so
but they haven't made the decision, right?
But the government has expressed their support for this decision, and the vaccine manufacturer themselves has said that this could lead to, not among all the other issues I just said, hesitancy and confusion among Canadians. So I would also point to the fact that the federal government has supported just last week the decision around the use of the AstraZeneca vaccine in persons over age 65. NACI, the Immunization Task Force, recommended against that, but Health Canada is advising to go forward anyway. So it's a very confusing situation, and the government at the very least needs to be explaining how they're making decisions or how they're advising, given that there's conflicts, which is why we've been pursuing this issue at Health Committee. I've got to go do a statement.
It's a different topic, MAID. What do you think about the government invoking closure?
I think that there's been a lot of concerns from particularly mental health rights advocates, as well as disability rights groups, on the adequacy of the legislation, and questions as to why the government did not appeal this decision to a higher level of court.
Is it the right move?
I think that, given the implications that this legislation has on such a broad variety of Canadians, debate is healthy and is necessary. And I know that there's a lot of Beyond Parliamentarians groups across the country are concerned that the legislation hasn't had enough time to really be considered. So that decision as to whether to invoke closure will be in front of Parliament this afternoon, as will, if it passes, amendments that have been put forward. So happy to comment again after we know the results of those votes.